We start with our what tools that you will need for this. Just a basic Phillips head screwdriver, a 90-degree punch, and a pair of needle nose pliers. You can use channel locks. I just prefer the needle nose. It makes it a little easier. What you will receive from us will be a cylinder and 3 new keys. The cap on the cylinder has already been loosened for you, but you just want to be careful not to remove that cap while the key is in the cylinder. I'm going to start by removing the lock and showing you how to do that with a couple of little tricks that will prevent you from causing problems or damage to the lock. First thing, we're starting on the inside. You have to remove the knob first. To remove the knob, you'll use your 90-degree punch and you impress this retainer on the side, press that in and pull the knob out. The knob will come off. Same thing for this plate. There is a small retainer on the bottom. You push that in and the plate will pull off from the bottom and then gently pry on the top and the whole piece will slide off. At this next point, we have a Phillips head screw on the bottom and on the top. We're going to remove both of those, but be careful not to remove this plate on the inside. We're just going to remove the outside plate. So go ahead and we'll take these screws out. Another thing that will help you on the reinstallation process is make sure the knob is unlocked. And that way it will turn. That'll help you when you go to reinstall it. Also make sure that the bolt, the deadbolt is back. You don't want that sticking out when you remove the plate. Now, with the screws out, I hold that plate in place and I grab the knob on the outside and I just wiggle it out, just like that. Now just leaving that very carefully in place. Don't jar the door or that will fall out. Next thing we're going to do is remove this retainer just by prying with your 90-degree punch, and that'll slide right out, and then slide the cylinder out. Now, the old cylinders we will be reusing, you'll be returning to us at the Lock Doctor, so make sure you do not remove this cap completely. And you don't want to do this with the key in the cylinder either. So just press in your retaining pin and turn this counterclockwise about halfway. At that point, this piece will slide right out. So you don't want to stick a key in this anymore. This is done. This needs to be returned to us at the Lock Doctor. Just set that aside. This cam needs to go into the new cylinder. So we're going to remove our key. We're going to loosen this cap up about halfway. Again, counterclockwise. About halfway to right there. And then the cam should slide right into place. Okay, doesn't matter where this is right now. What we're going to do is just turn that clockwise to tighten this cap back up. Now what I'll do is I'll turn this until it stops on me. It just is where it gets tight, and then I'm going to back it up 2 clicks here. You can see there's 2 different impressions all the way around the cap, just to right there. Now at this point, we will stick the key back in and make sure that it's operating properly. So the key will turn smoothly and it comes out smoothly. If the key does not want to come out smoothly, you probably don't have your cap tight enough. If it doesn't want to turn smoothly, you probably have the cap too tight. At this point, the cylinder will go right back in. This retainer will go back in place. This is where your pliers will come in handy. There we go. And that'll snap back in just like that. Now, we'll want to have this, since the bolt is retracted, we're going to want to have the cam in here where the flat pieces are on the top and the bottom. Okay, let's go around to this other side here, Nathan. Alright, one hand holding your plate on the inside so it doesn't come out. First thing you're going to want to do is line up the knob right here. It's going to be really hard to see. That should slide back in. Okay, now what's holding it is the cam here. is not lined up. That's that top piece that we had with the flat piece on the top and the bottom. Wiggle it enough and it'll come right through. At this point, you can reinstall your 2 Phillips screws. Alright, at this point we're going to test for proper operation of the lock before we put the cover plates back on. So just stick your key in, test it, make sure everything is working the way that it should, and then we can go ahead. You always start with this one, it's got to go in at an angle. You put the top on first, and the bottom should snap in. Just like that. Same thing with the knob. It's got an indentation here that lines up with the groove on this side. That'll slide right on. You have to use your 90-degree punch to press in this retaining pin again. And that's it. You're done.